Today, we are going to tackle a huge challenge in marketing, one that I'm sure you've thought about a lot. How do you create one single, consistent experience for a customer across every single channel? We're going to dive into how AI-driven personalization is really the key to unlocking some seriously powerful omni-channel campaigns.
All right, first things first, let's actually diagnose the problem. Your brand is probably on a bunch of different platforms, right? But does it actually feel seamless to your customers? For most companies, the answer is no. It feels fragmented, it feels disjointed. This is what we call the disconnected experience. And it's exactly where even the best marketing strategies can just completely fall apart.
I mean, you have definitely felt this as a customer. You click on a super specific ad for something you really want, and boom, you land on a generic homepage. Now you have to start your search all over again. It's so frustrating. Or maybe you get a really stiff, corporate-sounding email from a brand that's all fun and casual on their social media. So let's look at why that happens.
So here it is, that first moment of disappointment. An ad makes a very specific promise, hey, check out this product. But the website delivers a generic one-size-fits-all message. And in that single click, the connection is broken, and honestly, a little bit of trust is lost right there.
And it doesn't stop there. Here's another classic disconnect. The brand's voice is totally different depending on where you find them. They're all engaging and fun on social, but then they're totally robotic in your inbox. This kind of inconsistency makes the brand feel like it has a split personality.
And here's the bottom line. Every single one of these disconnects, whether it's big or small, feels like a broken promise to the customer. And over time, all of these little broken promises, they just eat away at the most valuable asset any brand has, and that's customer trust.
But what if you could actually fix this? What if you could turn that messy collection of disconnected channels into a single, harmonious system? Well, that's exactly where AI-driven personalization comes in, and it offers a really powerful solution.
So the goal here is something called omnichannel orchestration. And listen, the key word here really is orchestration. This isn't just about being present on a bunch of different platforms. No, it's about making every single channel work together to create one seamless, connected experience for your customer.
Okay, so that leads to the big practical question, right? How in the world can you possibly deliver a unique personal journey for thousands, or maybe even millions of individual users? Let's be real, trying to do that manually is completely impossible.
And the answer is AI. I want you to think of your different marketing channels. Your social media, your email, your website, your ads. Think of them as all the different sections of an orchestra. AI is the conductor, and it's the conductor's job to make sure every section is playing in perfect harmony to create a beautiful symphony for each and every customer.
So how does this AI conductor actually work? Well, it's constantly learning. It looks at user behavior, like what pages they visit on your site. It tracks their interests based on what they click. It even remembers their past interactions, and it can analyze their intent to buy something. All of this data, well, that becomes the sheet music for our marketing orchestra.
Okay, so that's the theory. Enough talk. Let's get practical. Here is the 5-step AI blueprint that's basically your roadmap to turn all that marketing noise into a beautiful customer symphony.
We're going to walk through these 5 steps together. Unifying your customer data, mapping out the customer journey, personalizing your content everywhere, automating the whole thing, and finally, using AI insights to constantly optimize. So let's start with the foundation.
Step 1 is the absolute foundation. Seriously, none of the magic can happen without this. The AI needs a complete picture of the customer, not just these little isolated snapshots from different places. Everything has to be connected.
So what does that mean? It means pulling in information from everywhere. Website interactions, how they engage with your emails, the ads they click on, their social media behavior, everything in your CRM. When you connect all these different sources, the AI can finally see the whole person, not just a bunch of fragmented data points.
All right, so once all that data is unified and in one place, you can move to step 2, mapping the actual customer journey. This is all about understanding the common paths people take as they discover your brand, engage with it, and hopefully become a customer.
So a typical journey might look something like this. Someone discovers you through a search or on social media. Then they start engaging with your content. Maybe they subscribe to your email list. A little later, a retargeting ad brings them back to a landing page where they finally convert. Understanding this flow is absolutely critical to know when and where to talk to them.
And that brings us to step 3, personalization. Now, with all that unified data and a really clear journey map, the AI can start tailoring content across every single channel. This is the point where one-size-fits-all marketing officially becomes obsolete.
And the difference is just it's night and day. Before AI, pretty much everyone gets the exact same generic message. But with AI, that message becomes hyper-relevant to each user's specific journey and their unique interests.
So instead of a boring generic message like, shop our new arrivals, Alex gets a message that actually acknowledges his interest in running shoes and even references his size. Now that feels less like marketing and more like helpful personal service. That's the power of AI right there.
Of course, you can't have someone sitting there sending millions of personalized messages by hand. That's why step 4 is automation. And this isn't just about being more efficient, it's about being responsive in real time, triggering the exact right message on the right channel at the perfect moment with zero human delay.
And finally, we have step 5, optimization. Look, this is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. The AI's job is to constantly analyze performance, which creates this powerful feedback loop so your marketing just gets smarter and more effective with every single customer interaction. So, when you put all 5 of those steps together, what do you get? The result is a seamless, intelligent marketing system, the true outcome of real omnichannel orchestration.
So let's just remember that blueprint one more time. You unify your data, you map the journey, you personalize the content, you automate the execution, and you optimize with AI. This is the framework for turning all those disconnected channels into a powerful, unified customer experience.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Is your marketing working together like a finely tuned orchestra, creating a seamless and beautiful experience for your customers? Or is it just a lot of disconnected noise? The difference between those two is everything.